I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. So I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
I'll soon be free from earthly trials. This body rests in the old churchyard.
اسمعوني شباب كويس.
I'll drop this cross
شباب تسمعوني كويس.
of self denial
برنامج مخبص.
and go singing home to
اسمعوني
God.
كويس كله تمام.
I'm going there. I'm going there. No more to roam. I'm just a girl
صباحكم خير. الصوت كويس.
over Jordan.
صوتك ناصع.
I'm just a going over.
ودحين كيف كويس؟
I'm just a
Going over
طيب ودحين؟
I'm just a going
قولوا لي كيف دحين؟
over home.
ضعيف
just
جدا.
a going.
طيب كيف دحين؟ الحين كويس يا الحمد لله. يعني الامور كلها تمام، سامعين الصوت حق البث وكل شيء حلو.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hannah Hart.
طيب حلو. جاءت الراسة الكبيرة.
So that's enough. That's enough of that. We are here to get questions answered, to get things known out there into the universe. First and foremost, who am I? This person right here. My name is Hannah Hart. Some of you may be familiar with some of my work on the internet, on YouTube. Yes, I am that drunk girl from 2011, a brighter time for YouTube, I think, personally. But what some of you may not know is that I am actually a phenomenally huge fan of this game, The Last of Us, and soon to be its sequel, The Last of Us 2. So part 2. So yeah, I guess I'm just really excited, but I know you guys are too, and you've already had a long day of listening, so I'm going to keep this as interesting and entertaining as possible, beginning by bringing out some of our fantastic guests here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, we have Neil Druckmann, Hallie Gross, Ashley Johnson, and Troy Baker!
بس ثواني بظبط لكم بظبط الشعب. جابوا كل الشعب حلو.
Guys, how good were they? Was that good? Did you enjoy that?
كذا امورنا حلوه.
Oh my God! What a time! Did everybody get those lyrics down? Did somebody already write them down, posting them? Are the theories starting already? I hope so. When I get home, I want something interesting to read. So, I'm actually going to open up by talking with you, Neil. You're the writer and director of The Last of Us.
Co-writer with Hallie.
Co-writer. Yeah, I gotta give Hallie her credit too.
الحين يبدأ الحماس.
Casual, light questions right off the bat. One, will Ellie meet her mother?
من النهاية هل على البنت قابلت أمها؟
Yeah, the thing with songs is you could take them literally or they're a metaphor for something else. And just like everything else we're putting out there, we're not going to say about that song.
Okay, but is it literal or a metaphor?
وحتقابل أمه.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. Cool. Just two real quick questions. Is Joel dead? And when is
كل الأسئلة اللي ببالنا سألته. هل جول ميت؟
So.
بيموت.
What was the first question?
Joel, alive or dead?
It depends at which point. Everybody dies at some point.
Wow. Hey guys. Quick reminder of mortality.
يقول الناس تموت في وقت معين.
The thing with like, it's so interesting. Like we always want to go into our games and people know that there's stakes. There's real stakes. And with The Last of Us, no one is safe. And we wanted people to go into The Last of Us Part 2, especially with this theme. And what we're trying to say with this game is knowing that no one is safe, not even these two. And it's funny, like working on Uncharted 4.
عالم اللعبة ما في أحد فيه حيكون
lighthearted. So we had to call it a thief's end and do all these crazy trails to get people to think, like, is it possible for Nathan Drake to die in this game? And with this, we released one trailer. Joel walks through a door and it's like, oh my God, is Joel a ghost? Is he dead?
Right? That's what I would like to know.
والله الصراحة حماس.
I'm just kidding. No, it's good. So you guys are trying to be like the Game of Thrones of video games. That'll be great. Rip my beating heart from my chest. Well, that's enough out of Neil. Let's turn to you two.
Hi.
الحين على
Thank you, Neil. That was great. Ashley and Troy, first of all, I am a huge fan, and I know I kept it really cool in the green room.
You did?
Yeah, I know, right? Haha, it's all a lie.
الحين بتبدأ الأسئلة والله تحشير.
That was awesome. I didn't know that. Have you both? Do you sing?
He's put out albums. He's
أيوة أكيد اليوم إن شاء الله.
Get it immediately.
That's cool.
I was gonna say download it, but you should go buy it.
I'm looking for the Joel character album. I'm looking for like.
صراحة شيء حماس.
I think they prefer that album. No, this was again we.
تقدر تروح تنام يا 9BX6.
She and I are just going to constantly throw this back to Neil.
الواحد متحمس بيتفرج على ذولا منتظرينهم من أمس.
What was the question?
As far as like where did this idea come from to be able to sing? I mean, yeah, she has an incredible voice. Yeah, absolutely. She just doesn't let anybody hear it because she just keeps it secret. I'm out there just constantly trying to make sure people do.
هذا
the dichotomy between us. But no, this was Neil's idea to do this, and we've been anxiously awaiting this day.
احتمال ينزل البث زي ما هو بس حسوي ملخص في القناة الثانية مو هذا.
Yeah, that's real. Well, going back to the game, I just want to know. I know you guys can't tell us much, but in terms of emotional spectrum, like what was your reaction to walking through the story of the second game with Neil and everybody? How long did it take to do it? Like a month?
It's a 2.5-hour presentation. Yeah, so we were here last year. We were talking about how they both heard kind of a short pitch, and since then, our concept artists back in Naughty Dog, we had a presentation that was like over 200 images, and we walked the team.
فيها عاطف مواقف عاطفية
through the entire story, beginning to end. I was pretty nervous pitching it to them.
How'd you feel returning to your characters?
So excited. I mean, for anybody who knows me, this is this game. Oh, I love you.
He doesn't just know you. He loves you.
This game means so much to me, and just the experience that I've had on it, and the friends and family that I've made through this game, even outside of the game.
بتتكلم عن اللعبة إيش اللي أثر عليها.
Returning to this
إيش تعني لها اللعبة.
Just the best thing ever. Like I just, when we finished the first game, I was bugging Neil all the time, like, oh, is there going to be a second one? When are we going to do it? What's it going to be about? So finally, when he, sort of gave me the pitch for it the first time, and then again, Hallie and Neil gave me the pitch, and I was just sobbing, and not
مرة متحمس على أساس إنه تسوي.
Joy and just so excited.
خلاص هذا آخر شيء في المؤتمر من الساعة 10 شغال.
I'm so excited about this one.
Do you feel like
مرة متحمسة على الجزء هذا.
Do you feel like it's had an effect on your personality, your perception of self? Like, are there aspects of her character that you wish you emulated, or aspects of her that emulate you?
That's a good question. Well, I actually feel like Ellie is the closest character to me as a person than anything
تتكلم
I've
على
played.
إلي على أنها جدا
I
قريبة
don't know if
منها.
maybe that's why I feel such an attachment.
أهلا كوين.
I mean, but also because when you work on a video game, you're working on it for years, and it's the first time that I've had that experience before. But I don't know. I feel like through that time,
أعطونا شيء عن
impossible to not sort of
أعطونا تريلر جديد للعبة
Become One.
Wow.
But you know, it's a special and cool thing to do something for that long.
So can you like shoot a bow and
شوف
arrow?
لو في معلومة.
Well, I can, but I actually learned after the game because some good friends of ours, Patrick and Jenny, maybe they're watching somewhere, maybe not. Maybe they'll see it later. Maybe they won't. Doesn't matter. But they're awesome.
بالضبط أنا جاي على آخر البث. ما في شيء مهم بثه.
They're actually so we've been, you know, completely taught me how to shoot.
يعني أنا ما سويت اليوم مقطع فقررت إنه أسوي بث معاكم وشفتوه في القناة هذه.
And it's I love it, but that's just been I think maybe I'm slowly melding into Ellie, which is a little scary. Probably not going to kill anybody, but who knows?
Yeah, let's just try and get through the rest of this panel, keeping that true. So then Neil's God. If you're slowly becoming Ellie.
مشكلة نيل هذا هو الكاتب وهو اللي يتحكم بكل شيء.
Hallie's been in the corner. So for those of you who don't know, Hallie Gross is now a co-writer, part of The Last of Us 2. Yay! But she comes from a background doing television. Some of the programs you may have heard of. Anybody heard of like Westworld? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, how has it been transitioning from television to video games?
It's awesome. It's really been exciting. It's a whirlwind change. Ultimately,
ما أدري الله أعلم. الله أعلم إيش اللي حيصير في البث.
It's been really wonderful to get to work in an environment where you're not just building a story with other writers, but with designers and artists and editors and working collaboratively to try and make the best game ever. Really exciting.
And it is, in my opinion. Had you played the game before?
I had, yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons I took the job. I got this email from my agents being like, yo, Rep wants to talk to you about a super top secret job. How do you feel about writing for games? And I was like,
لسه في البدايات
in all caps, just absolutely, period. And now
هذا زبدة مؤتمر بلايستيشن.
Yeah.
Do you, I guess, what's that experience like though? Because to be simultaneously a fan of something
سيبونا من الأسئلة هذه نبغى حماس.
into reality.
هذول حقين نوتي دوغ.
Is it just as exciting as an experience?
أيوة أكيد حماس على كم كاتب وممثل.
Experience, you know. You have this this amazing.
الحمد لله تمام أخبارك يا جوكر.
You know, I don't mess it up.
Well, you will be the scapegoat. I promise you. If the game sucks, everyone will blame only you.
I mean, but that's
gonna happen on Reddit. Yeah.
Potentially fair. I mean.
Neil, do you
لو
think
اللعبة
that
طلعت بايخة أنت السبب.
But I don't write anything because I'm just a token woman. So it's fine.
You don't let her near a computer, do you?
What was awesome with Hallie is like I remember the first day we're going over the story and like I'm like okay I'm pretty confident about the opening, pretty confident about the ending. Big giant middle part, not so sure. And already the first day we started wrestling with these ideas and she already had like
يا أخي أتمنى المؤتمر بعد كذا.
I want to say one of them but I'm not.
ما يخلوه زي كذا مقابلات.
Get used to it.
We got 38 minutes to try and hope somebody slips up, guys.
Whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
No, you're gonna slip up? No.
دقيقة. في شيء. ضيعته علينا ما عرفت
The first day Hallie goes home and talks to her husband and she's like, I think I got someone pregnant. And you'll see what.
That's it. That's it.
دقيقة.
So cool. I specifically recall asking about that. Wow. Yeah.
الظاهر إنه إلي حتكون حامل.
Other questions. Token woman. Oh, TV versus game. We've covered that. Yeah.
We covered that. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's really exciting. Like I love TV and I love the collaborative process of a writer's room. I never knew you could have that like tenfold with people who think not just narratively, but they also think, you know, everybody at Naughty Dog is just the best at what they do, and so they'll come to you with like, you know, Neil and I will say, okay, here's what the emotional beat is, and then the art department will have its ideas, and the design department will have its ideas, and what we started with becomes this like much better, fuller thing, and that's really exciting.
Tell them about fail states.
I learned about fail states, guys. That's
what's a fail state?
Okay, so I came into games. I play games, but I didn't really know much about games, and so I've had to learn this whole like I know what IGCs are now. Fail states. I'm really proud of myself. So fail states are when you're in gameplay, and like I remember I was pitching. I have to be so careful right now.
Pitching something that was going to
pitching just like a character having to go from one location to another in a space that the player will never have experienced before, and I'm like, okay, so this character goes there, and Neil goes, well, how do they know where they're going? It's like, well, what's the fail state? And I was like, in TV we don't have to deal with these things. I don't know.
I still barely know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just like you have to.
لا ما ينفع أرجع يروح يقولوا شيء ولا يصير شيء ونتأخر.
If the player doesn't do what you want, then that's usually a problem with like when we have a bunch of like great story ideas and you're like, yeah, but what if the player doesn't do that? Then you have to always have ways to deal with that.
Wait, so that way they die. Oh, good to know. It doesn't mess with how you interact with people, you know, making video games and predicting actions. Oh, long silence there, everybody.
المشكلة لما نقول في الشات يروح علي شيء.
Guys, I have a boyfriend. His name is PUBG.
His name is PUBG. I don't know what PUBG is either. I just like this game.
PUBG. You don't wait.
I'll learn.
Okay.
I'll hear
we'll
all.
get into it another time. You murder a lot of people.
هذا هرجة بايخة عاد ما تهمني.
It's fine.
So,
great.
Comparing from the first game, we're going to talk about the second game. Comparing from the first game to this one, what are the facts that we all know? We know it's been confirmed that Ellie is now 19 in the second game, correct?
Correct.
And then you also said that, I just feel like I'm personally interviewing this guy. You also said that the first game is about love, and this one is about hate.
Correct.
Cool. You want to like elaborate on that at all?
طيب
الجزء هذا حيكون عن الكرة.
In Paris Games Week recently.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I assume has everyone in this room seen that trailer?
يا رب في تريلر ثاني. أنا عن نفسي ما أبغى شيء منه.
Continual scene.
أبغى تريلر ثاني بس.
I actually think we should watch right now. One more time. Let's do it. Yeah. That's my cue.
اللعبة دي بتجنني رهيبة بشكل. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. طيب طبعا أنا حللت التريلر هذا على الشيء اللي أنا فهمته. كل العالم متوقعين إنه هذه البنت تصير إيلي، وهذولا منظمة. بالنسبة لي أنا أشوفهم منظمة. وهذه كانت معاهم، الظاهر إنه ما هم عاجب أو مو عاجبها اللي يصير معاهم. هذولا من المنظمة لما خالفوهم أو اعترضوا أو خانوهم، هنا المفروض يقتلوها. المفروض تموت، بس طبعا ما يبوها تموت لأنه بكل بساطة يبغوا يعرفوا الخاينين الباقيين فين. أسمع إيش حتقول ده. لاحظوا الخط اللي في خده، لاحظوا الخط اللي هنا. انت ملوثة بالذنوب. لازم في واحد صفر دحين قبل لأن تسوي عملية التطهير أو الشيء ذا. هذا اللي خلاني أتأكد إنه الموضوع فيه ديانة. ديانة معتقد شيء زي كذا.
يارا
لاحظوا كلهم قرع وكلهم بنفس الخط اللي على الخد.
Where is the other apostate?
فين الخاينين الثانيين؟ ومو خاينين اتوقع لو مدربين او شيء. هذا الحين الله يعينكم على المشهد. الصغار انتبهوا. يلا كمل. على طول مات. لاحظوا الخط كلهم عليهم الجرح هذا اللي هنا. حتى هذه عليها الجرح. لسه ما فاتك شيء. بعد كذا البنت المعضلة هذه شوف كيف ما شاء الله تبارك الله. وقتلتها طبعا بالفاس. بالفاس ولا ايه بالفاس؟ وطبعا هنا كانت بتموت. لو تلاحظوا الولد اقرع نفس الشيء وعليه نفس الخط اللي في الخد، ويدل على انهم هذول زي الطائفة الدينية معتقد.
يارا
وفي فئة انشقت منهم.
Demons are coming.
لو تلاحظ قالوا ديمونز، يعني ديمونز اللي اعرف يعني شيطان.
She's one of them. Lev.
وما رضي ينقذها لانه هي واحدة منهم، اتوقع من المنظمة ذي اللي احنا قاعدين نتكلم عنها. بس وانقذوها. بعد كذا يهاجموا عليهم الديمون اللي هم احنا نعرف اللي هم الوحوش، بس لانه العالم ما صارت تشوفهم وحوش، تشوفهم زي الشياطين او زي اللعنة، لانه بكل بساطة في كثير منهم اتولدوا بعد ما الوحوش طلعوا. مع الجهل صارت الناس تحط وحوش، زي احنا لما نشوف شيء ما نعرف نقول جني مثلا، هو مو جني، ممكن يكون شيء فيزيائي معين يصير.
Watch your backs.
شوفوا كيف جسمه، الصلاة على النبي. لو انه معاهم بس في المؤتمر. يا ليت انه
Oh, that looks so cool. Cool. Well, it's time for us all to come down a little bit. I'm speaking specifically to myself. And also, will you all join me in welcoming some of the new cast members here today? Please welcome to the stage. We have Ian Alexander as Lev, Victoria Grace as Yara, and Laura Bailey as...
كويس، جابوا الشخصيات الجديدة اللي قايمين بالأدوار. حلو. هاي خلينا إن شاء الله نتحشرهم بالأسئلة.
Hi, please sit wherever you feel most comfortable. Hi guys, thank you for joining us. This week on Vague Discussions. I'm very glad to have you all here. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Hello. Good.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
So let's hear a little bit about you guys. So is this your first time working in video games?
It is my first experience. Yeah, I've never done anything like this before. I've only been
هذه بنت ولا ولد المهم من أول مرة.
Wow.
But you have experience?
I did one other video game prior in 2011, and I haven't done motion capture before in a video game. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So first of all, this is a pretty high bar to set to be thrust into this position.
هذول اللي حيفرطون
الصبح. Great first gig. But then, okay, let's talk a little bit about that. We saw that your characters are super physical. Were you heavily involved in the motion capture experience?
So I'm actually not a fit person. Like I don't work
هذه الشخصيات المعضلة.
So that scene
super physical
vaults over the wall. They had me like running down.
لا مو هذه معلش.
Neil was like, can you do like a 5 foot or how was it like 3 foot vault? And I was like, I guess.
You know, those are questions Neil asked everyone. When we met, he was like 5 foot vault.
So by the end of the shoot, my legs were like trembling and I was totally sore the next day. So Yeah.
So you enjoyed the experience.
أول مرة التجربة تمر عليها والله.
Yeah.
يا أخي حلو يعطون فرص للناس ما عندهم تجارب.
All that stuff.
For me, it was also my first time doing stunts in anything of the like, and so like being thrown down onto a mat and getting my arm hit with a.
هذه يارا البنت اللي كسروا يدها.
That was brutal.
Oh, I know.
وهذه البنت اللي جات بالسهم.
But the first time I saw the trailer, it was like I thought, no, it was awesome. The whole experience was so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, were you two previous fans of the games at all? What was the audition experience
like?
Did
إذا كانت
you know, going into it, who you were
إذا هم يحبون اللعبة أو إنهم معجبين باللعبة زي
Neil reached out to the director of the show that I was on, the OA, and that's how I got the role. I did a couple of like self-tapes and auditions and stuff, but I pretty much went into it knowing who I was going to play.
أدوارهم يطلعون شخصيات مشاهير.
I wish I knew who you were going to
play. عندهم طويل الألعاب.
And then how about for you, Victoria?
استديوهات كان كثير اشتغل.
I was the one who actually found out about this game, and it was a code name at the time, so it wasn't even The Last of Us. And we went in and told my agent about it because we knew that this character was like something that I felt connected to. Like, I really felt attached to her right as I read her character description. I know that's insane, but yeah, we went in and I did a self-tape. And then maybe 2 weeks later, a callback. And that's when I found out that it was Last of Us. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I know you guys were also involved in the design of the characters. I actually think we have an image of the two characters side by side. Is there one that we can... Yes, the power! Wow. Yeah.
شايفين الخط؟
You guys look related?
شايفين الخط؟
Siblings.
شوف الخط اللي هنا.
In fact, yes. Is that true, Neil?
That is true. Yeah. The cool thing is like Ashley and Troy and Laura play characters that don't look like themselves. This is one of the few times we've done digital doubles, but because we knew these characters are siblings, we actually kind of blended the features together to like really make them feel like they come from the same lineage.
Yeah, I'm checking it out, and I think you guys did a pretty good job. Speaking of Laura, I'm sorry that I haven't... Hi. How's it going over there? So you, I'm going to refer to your character. I know we really don't
هذه
know
لورا
much
اللي هي
about
الشخصية
you,
القوية
but I do know, a lot of people call her Mystery Woman. I have a couple more names, too.
I like it.
If we can get a picture of her. Lady Hammer. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
هذه البنت اللي معضلة.
Yeah, call her that.
And
Casual Butch.
Oh. No, that's nice. Yeah.
Do you feel charming, right? Casual.
Butch.
Yeah, right?
هذه مين؟
Do you feel like since
هذا اللغز كله.
You have decided to work out more or less?
Oh, I fully started working out. Like the minute so actually, funny story. Last year, I was doing the Lost Legacy panel, and I was asked, "Are you excited? Did you see anything about The Last of Us? You're excited about The Last of Us Part 2?" And I knew at that time that I was cast, and I couldn't say anything. It was awful. So I'm on the stage like, yeah, Ashley and Troy are just great. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. So yeah, I started working out like crazy because of it.
والله يا منذر انت جبت شيء رهيب
The gun show.
تخيل انك انت عارف كل شيء والناس بيعرفوا انك شيء بسيط بس.
You know, trying.
والله فلة.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's a beast, by the way. She totally has gun shows or gun show.
It's all covered by this
so
laser,
many gun shows.
It's cut all underneath here. It's pure muscle.
But you have been involved again, like with Ian and Victoria in the
يلا يا جماعة الخير عطونا شيء.
How much of this did you have to perform?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah. So I have the most amazing stunt double, Jessie Graff, who is phenomenal. And the day that we were shooting, they had like blocked out the entire scene with her. And then Neil came up to me and he was like, "How comfortable do you feel with all that?" I'm like, "Let me do it, please, let me do it." So they put me in the harness and.
مش قاعد يتكلم عن تجاربهم وكيف
the whole scene of getting thrown down and yanked up and everything, all of that.
Wow.
And we kept the noose isn't actually choking me, but they kept a good amount of tension so that, while she's being choked that you would get the neck tension and there would
وهنا
actually
بنتكلم على انه وقت ما اخذوا اللقطه حقت
Do we have any images from any of the motion capture experience?
وقت ما كانوا يصوروا.
We do. Hey,
شايفين؟
Macarena, look at that. Wow.
Look at us.
Look at you
شايفين
guys.
الفاس معاها.
So do you guys become a trio?
وهنا وقت ما شنقوها.
I don't know.
كله حقيقي.
I can't ask.
I have special boots.
ايوه هذه يوم مشقر اللي معاها عضلات.
Oh wow, that looks so intense. I mean, you know, so clearly your character
الكاب
is
شر حتى على الله
100% a
يكرمكم
badass,
الجزمة.
right?
Yeah.
You confirm or deny?
I can say that, right?
Yeah, we can see that. That's incredible. Sorry, this is where myself as a fan, I get so caught up in trying to analyze the details.
شوفوا الاثنين اللي ورا.
So you've never
هذول
done any
القرع اللي
physical
كانوا ماسكين
work like
البنت
this
وضربوها
before?
بالشاكوش.
No, I have not. It was definitely like a dream come true for me. Yeah, I've always wanted to do something like this.
And Neil, with these characters, can you tell us a little bit about what I guess your hope for them, if there is such a word in your
اوكي
world,
عشان كذا جابت سيرة لاست ليجاسي.
as characters in this game?
There is hope. There are lighthearted moments in The Last of Us, but it's all surrounded with this other thing that we're trying to say.
مشكلة حتى تاريخها يا عيال ما حددوا لها موعد.
This theme of hate, and you're seeing these two groups and how they're reacting to one another, and a lot of the story is this kind of about this sense of pursuing justice and the positive and negative and kind of like the really messy gray area that can occupy that. So we're seeing Yara and Lev belonging to this religious group, and they've left for some reason, and this circumstance of the scene has caused them to align themselves with someone that they would normally hate and see as less than human, which is Mr. Woman Guncho, whatever.
Guncho seems to be sticking.
مو كان قال كلمة religion.
Well, it's interesting because here you have the infected, obviously, and you would assume that presented with a common crisis, presented with a common threat, there are kind of two ways that humanity can go. We can either be divided into multiple factions or be united as one, and then hopefully get to like the Star Trek universe, which is all I'm waiting for, really. But it's clear, after watching this, one of the things I was most excited about personally as a fan is that it seems like there's a cult aspect now. There's like a religious following. I don't know where the military's at. What are they infected up to? Still infecting the Fireflies? What's going on with them? Can any of those things be told to me?
Those are all things that in some way or another are in the story.
Son of
yeah.
Yeah, they're all there. Well, I personally am excited because I really do love a cult storyline, and just kind of deciding that these people are good, these people are bad, because no one believes that they are the enemy. They think that they are fighting for what's right, and it seems to me that maybe it's a story of hate, but maybe it's also a story of perceived righteousness.
Well, so much of The Last of Us is the perspective of the group. Like no one group is bad, or one person is bad, or good for that matter. Like the ending of The Last of Us, spoiler alert, Joel is the villain or the hero, depending which side of it you're looking at, and that's kind of what we're trying to hit with this game.
Yeah.
And we'll stop there.
Needs of the many, needs of the few. Are there ever any recap panels where people get to talk about the decisions that were made? That's what it should be, a recap panel. Or just an entirely spoiler-ridden panel. Okay, let's talk about atmosphere. We have seen inside this trailer that it's very dark, it's very gritty. It felt, I don't know, I mean, you say there are moments of lightheartedness in the sequel, but here it seems like we're in a very wet, rainy area. Some might say Seattle. Is that true?
الحين سألته على المكان ممكن
يكون سياتل.
Confirmed it. Yeah, we could say that. A large part of the game takes place in Seattle, which Reddit detectives have already figured
خلاص
out.
كده ادانا confirmation. المكان كله حيكون في سياتل.
Look at this. We made it all the way to the West Coast. Do you guys come down to Cali? Little San Francisco, Los Angeles action? Is that where Joel's album dropped?
I was pretty bummed to find that, like the whiskey was closed.
What?
Really? I thought that joke was going to do better. Not.
We're in Anaheim.
You guys are still just like, Last of Us. These are the moments of levity he was talking about. Continue.
Amazing. Really good. Yeah, it's interesting.
والله شيء يوتر.
I feel that I very much want the game to come out now because I have been a fan of it for all of, I don't know, 2 years. So I guess I've waited. I haven't waited as long as everybody else has. But are you guys nervous at all? And maybe I just kind of want to ask each of you individually. When you go into creating the second half of such a large enterprise, are you nervous about the reactions that you're going to receive?
هل متوترين انتوا على ردة فعل الناس ممكن على اللعبة؟
Troy?
Yes, sir. There's something that the last of us taught me.
تروي بيكر معروف اللي قام بدور الجوكر.
A story
مرة
like this
مشهور
requires
ذا الآدمي.
A higher level of trust and faith more than any other project I've been a part of, and really I think any other game that's come out for sure. And that's all the place that everybody who touched this thing
كل شيء مبني على الثقة في اللعبة ويمكن أكثر لعبة شاف إنه معتمد على الثقة.
When I found out what the ending was going to be,
والإيمان الثقة
I knew
والإيمان.
that people were going to be on one side or the other, and Neil knew that, and he and I discussed this. And it's like people are either going to love it or they're going to hate it. But what we don't want is for people to just be like, and ambivalent. And it's the same thing here. If we go into this thing making this something that we hope that people will like, or that people will believe is as good as, or it's better than, or it still feels like, then we're not making the game that we're supposed to be making. And so all of us are just kind of keeping our heads down and trying to tell this story. We've told that story, and now this is where we are. And so it's kind of the same moment of walking out there. It's like, look, we're just going to be out here to speak truth. And it worked out well the last time, and I think it's going to work out well for us this time.
Yeah, I think that's great. I'm going to clap for you, Troy.
يعني بيتكلم على إنه القصة والأشياء هذه بشكل مختصر يعني لازم تكون مميزة وتكون قد التوقعات. طبعا هذا شيء مو سهل لأنه كلما كانت اللعبة مستواها فوق الناس يتوقعون المستوى يكون دبل. ترى هذا شيء شركات الله يعينهم.
I mean, in a good way. Just because, like, there's so much to live up to. Like, you know, these two are my best friends, and so, you know, when I even went into audition, I was dying on the inside because I wanted it so bad, and then to get cast and to know that then I have to live up to the performances that you gave, and the writing that you guys are providing is just so phenomenal, and I just.
Do you feel that way also about Uncharted? I mean, are you just like,
yeah.
ما شاء الله عليها كانت في Uncharted.
They're probably here still.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Uncharted. I love that too. Yeah, I'm just saying this made me really nervous. Is what I'm saying about this. And these guys, I love them and stuff.
You know, they say it's good to be nervous because it's a sign that you care. It's a sign that you care a lot, and it's a sign that it's a quality product. And in the future, when you go into making a sequel for something that is beloved, you're always going to have the people that just want to repeat the first experience. But that's not growth. That's not change. That's not life.
Yeah, there's definitely a fear there of... Because with the first game, it's like people liked it or didn't like it, and you're like, okay, well, we made a certain game to our taste. This is like the vision that we had for it. And you accepted it. With the second game, what's hard for me, and I know that people on the team have this issue, is like we're again making something we really believe in. There's a fear, there's a challenge there. Like we're trying to do something that's really challenging, as far from the kind of. I feel like we're doing something innovative in the way we're telling the story that we won't be able to talk about until the game is out.
يبغوا يقول شيء يعني كل اللي قاعد يقول إنه اللعبة تعبتهم في الشغل الخوف المغامرات.
You know, we're doing something we believe in, and the hard thing that I was getting to is there's going to be fans of the first game that aren't going to like the second game, and that we have to be okay with that. And there's going to be people that just never played the first game are going to love the second game, and all we have to do is all we can do is be true to ourselves and keep making what we believe in.
Right.
That's how that's
absolutely
right.
That has always worked for Naughty Dog, and that will forever be how we make games, and we will forever continue to make single-player, linear, narrative-based games.
ركز يا أرمي لا تنغص علينا بالله.
Oh my God. What about? And
somebody give that boy a mic to drop.
Yeah, give that man a mic to drop. What about part 3? This is so much of this panel is literally just me asking.
You are asking the hardest questions.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. Sorry, let me talk to you more about your experience as an artist. Hallie, how's your experience as an artist been? No, well, I guess, is there any messaging that you wanted to come in and convey through this form of storytelling? Again, this is the first video game you've worked on, right?
لا لسه ما نحط عرض.
Messaging is really going to come down to the theme that Neil had when I came onto the project. But what I think, and to sort of what he was saying before, like I think the reason that the first game succeeded in large part was because he was drawing incredibly authentic characters, and they weren't tropes.
الحين بتكلم على سر نجاح الجزء الأول.
Very complex people who had done both good and bad things, negotiating a difficult world and negotiating a complicated relationship. And I think while of course we want to make people happy, the priority has to be
بس 2018 بعض الناس يقولوا وحسب الكلام الأخير 19 بس ما في شيء رسمي.
And giving them an authentic arc and difficult conflicts to engage with, and see how they grow and change,
and see how the world has grown and changed. Because from the first game to now, the entire
نجاح الجزء الأول كان بنجاح الشخصيات.
These factions have developed,
وبتتكلم إنه الناس حبت الشخصيات عشانهم سووا أشياء كويسة وأشياء سيئة فالموضوع كان ملعبك.
What do you guys think about your characters? Love them, hate them? That no, but totally. So you guys are siblings. You've grown up in this world, I assume. I mean, I think their age is undetermined. Can you tell us how old they're?
Yara is 16 and Lev is 13.
Oh, that's so sweet. Do you guys love being in that cult or whatever?
16 13 أتوقع يارا 16 والصغيرة هذيك 13 معقولة؟
Do you love cults?
أتأكد من دي المعلومات.
Depends which cult.
Depends, right?
يا أرمي ما في شيء اسمه مقدم البث. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. ترى بعد كذا والله بند لا تزعل.
Taken away from working with this character, is there a sense, kind of like we were talking about with Ashley about Ellie? Is there a sense of attachment development there? Do you feel close?
Like I said, I felt attached to her from like the very first time I read her character description, and I had no clue what the project was.
Before gamer.
There are aspects of her personality that I find similar to mine, and aspects that I really admire. And
an extremely high pain tolerance.
This is true.
نقول إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله.
And I was very excited to hear her story, which is absolutely very complex and very
تطل فيه وهي تتكلم عشان لا تفرط شيء.
I was very excited to also have a little brother in the game, because in real life I have 5 older brothers, so this is.
حد يشتغل باندات.
Oh, that's great. Did you guys record your scenes together? I mean, aside from the motion capture, but when you were doing all the, I mean, in motion capture, do you record the audio simultaneously?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I don't make video games.
In motion capture, usually it's just like motion, but in performance capture, it's full capture. So you do the face and the voice and the body all at the same time.
It's like the scene that you see her with when she's got the helmet on and a little there's a camera that's like 6 inches away from our face. It's capturing all of the face, and then that weird suit that we wear is capturing all of the body data. And then they have typically 2 mics, which I think Naughty Dog was one of the first people that I know to do that, because you'll have a lot of dynamic scenes that people start screaming. So they wanted to make sure that we don't have to redo the scene because the audio got blown out. And so it really became a way of, let's get everything together at the same time.
Yeah.
That's how you can get a scene like a one continuous shot of someone being hung.
Yeah.
Hanged? Whatever.
Hanged.
Yeah. Hanging out. Hanging out.
Hanging out.
Yeah. It can be challenging with the face cam for any time you're like doing something more intimate or like getting close to somebody. Like
do you get close to somebody?
Like, well, come on, let's go. Clean.
You know.
Is there closeness in this game?
لسه اتكلم على موضوع الكابشن.
We're very 10 feet away from each other at all times.
I'm hoping for some closeness, if you know what I mean. That's really what I've got my fingers crossed for. Looking at you, Ashley. I mean, Ellie. I know the difference between you and your character.
Sometimes I don't. But.
Let's explore that.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that, like, with you guys, your ability to convey this story, because To be honest, The Last of Us was the first video game I ever played. And I just didn't have a console my whole life. And then I got one, and then I played The Last of Us. So I've set my own personal bar for playing games incredibly high. I gotta tell you, it's a tough game to start with, because now when I play other games, I'm like, where's the complex character development? Where's the story? Where's the qualms of morality? You know, and if you guys have a list or something you can give me, that would be great.
I can't find my complex character development.
That's me, yes! That's literally me.
Those are loot boxes. It's
صوته صار غريب كذا.
Oh, the burns.
No?
Oh, the burns.
دقيقة ايش اللي صار؟
And there goes Troy's career. Go ahead.
You went there.
Well, Troy, since you haven't gotten a chance to talk much on this panel, I guess I'm curious to hear about how your experience playing Joel has evolved. Can you tell me?
Man, I don't think, I look back at the person that walked in, and actually we were, as a goof, we were looking at pictures. If you don't do this, but I Googled myself last night.
Hello, Google myself.
Is this as I was sitting next to you?
Yeah, and I did a little image search, and there's the guy that walked in circa, 2011, I think is when we started this, and or 2010, and wow. And Neil just took my phone and showed Hallie, and he goes, Joel. And it's a picture of me at the Final Fantasy premiere. Don't laugh, dude. That's not
Right.
Hold it up. Yeah. Yes. Just pass that around, and everybody will get a.
There's so much hair. It's Troy Baker 2011.
شباب اللي بيطلب الأدمنية حاطي تايم اوت.
No, yeah.
MySpace.
وانا اللي حابب
You got some MySpace hair.
Sick burning.
Greatest joke that anyone's ever told. So. The guy that walked into that thing, I look back and I go, that was someone who was naive and full of fear and lacked a lot of identity.
Are
they showing it?
Are they showing it?
Do that?
Oh no, is it pulled up?
Hey, thanks, camera B. About to have a poignant moment. A guy goes, I got it. But all of us, I mean, when Ashley, the first thing that she said, she was like, this game fundamentally changed our lives. I mean, our dynamic inside, both on and off the stage, has changed, and I'll never forget when she and I first walked into the stage on Culver just to hear the pitch from Neil and Bruce about what this game was going to be about. We both gotten the gig, and so we felt a little more comfortable, and he walked us through, and I think it was about 45 minutes to an hour to just walk us through, this is going to be The Last of Us. And they said, you want to take a break? And we're like, sure. And she and I walked outside and just, I think, breathed for the first time in an hour. And I looked at her and I said, do you realize that if this thing sucks, it's because of us? Because it's so good. And man, I think about all the days between that and this. And more than anything, it's for me, it's been, we all want to make a game that we want to play. But there's nothing like going literally the world over and being at a convention or something and having someone stand in front of me or in front of Ashley or in front of Neil and just they can't find the words to be able to express what this game is meant to them and for them and them through. And for me, it's the reason why I play is because if Joel and Ellie can get through that, I can get through Tuesday.
Yeah. Give it up for Tuesday. That's beautiful.
هذا ما فهمت
الكلمة
الكلمة
الأخيرة. I think you guys should give yourself some credit. Clearly, here we are at the Balaystation Experience 2017 at the Last of Us Part 2 panel. So clearly, I think their performances did carry the weight of the story through. So congratulations to you guys for that. So, and just to piggyback off that real quick, Joel, alive or dead?
Right.
God, you'd think, you know, I really thought I gave them like a false sense of security. You know,
we're actors. That's what we live in, is a false sense of security.
Yeah, constant sense of insecurity.
No, insecurity. Sorry,
No,
that's the other one.
okay.
Got it.
That's okay. It
I
happens.
meant that right? Did I look okay?
Yeah,
My hair all right?
you look great.
You know what's so funny is that I'd never seen you in interviews.
تخيلوا
before, so
جوي
I really
يموت.
thought you were gonna be like Joel, like be like, hey, I'm Troy.
والله ما
And then I
ندري
first saw him and he's like,
ما ندري.
stop. I was like, oh, you're fun.
Actually, I think the first time you saw me was when I was standing like this so that the hair chick could spray my hair, which that'll just shatter a bunch of images for people.
Yeah.
No, they just have to look you up on Google, Troy.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Even more shattered. Are you looking forward to this future for yourselves as characters and as character actors?
Totally.
Okay, great. You're doing great. Yeah, this is a good like learning curve experience right here. Neil, how do you feel about these guys and the way they've carried the second part? I mean, what you guys have gotten done so far, which is how much exactly?
الحين بتسألوا قد إيش بدأت.
Yeah, so we finished a lot. Yeah.
كل الناس برقبته.
So we've handed off a bunch of levels. There were a bunch of stuff being worked on. Yeah, we're like 50 to 60%. I don't know how far.
Hey, we can clap for that. You know, you can't say it's not written in stone. Percentages are vague, made up on the spot. But also, we will remind you of that statement forever on Twitter. But do you feel like, I guess, for your vision of how the characters would develop, these guys doing a okay job, or?
Yeah, it's the thing that's cool with like everybody that works at Naughty Dog and all the people here on this panel.
طبعا هذا نزلنا عنه ترى
They're bringing
مقالة.
something new to the table. So yeah, we have a script and we have ideas for the story, but they're all making it their own. And right, if it's the background environment artist, it's the editor, it's the acting, it's the Gustavo doing the music. It all comes together to tell this.
Can we clap for the music?
يعني لو مات جوي المفروض يكون الممثل ميت.
This is actually one of the hardest stages of production because like we have like this piece over here and then this piece over here and like okay, now we have an adjacent piece, so you're starting to see like a flow like come together. But, you're still kind of going blind and just like hoping it's all going to coalesce into this amazing experience. And the game is big.
Yeah, it's very.
You wrote a big game.
It's big. You wrote a big. Don't.
You wrote a big.
We wrote a big game together. Both are scapegoats. I will say.
أعطونا معلومات كمان حماس.
I have had the incredible privilege of seeing some of the game. Yeah, guys. These eyes, them peepers. And it has, I mean, I wish I hadn't signed an NDA. It has blown my mind. It has somehow simultaneously exceeded expectations and then set new ones. And I believe that we know a time and day you guys will be able to see that. Will we?
You always...
They're
always trying to like it's
لو سمعتوها الNDA اللي هي الورقة اللي وقعوا عليه على أساس إنه ما يتكلموا عن شيء.
What you saw, I'm glad that you liked it, but it's still very rough around the corners. We're working hard.
It was awesome. Rough schmuck,
الوسخة طلعت شافت اللعبة.
Go on. But when will my friends here be able to do that too?
E3 2018.
E3 2018! Yay!
من المعرض E3.
That's it for us. Please give an uproarious applause to everyone that's been here. Everybody, thank you so much. Hallie, Neil, Ian, Victoria, Ashley, Troy, and Laura.
أعطونا معلومات كثير.
We will see you all on the internet.
لكن.
Woo! Yay!
من المعرض E3 إن شاء الله وخير. في شيء في الغلط. خلاص كده انتهينا تقريبا.
Hey guys, that was the big The Last of Us Part 2 panel here at PlayStation Experience. Day 1 complete. Day 1 complete.
We did it.
We did it. Great job everybody.
They're applauding for us.
هلا كذا وصلنا تقريبا لنهاية البث. صراحة شيء حماس. دحين ننتظر بس ننزل إن شاء الله لها. أتوقع شباب دحين حينزلوا لها تقرير خلال الساعات. يصير إن شاء الله أنزل لكم ملخص الثلاث أيام واللخبطة ذي اللي سايرة ورا بعض اليوم ان شاء الله في القناه مع الاشياء كمان حقت جراند ثيف اوتو وغيرها. فيعطيكم العافيه ونشوفكم ان شاء الله في مقطع الليل وبس. هذا اللي اقدر اقوله. تصبحون على خير.